Yes.
Tell me, what does it look like?
It's blue all over. There's nothing but blue. Like I'm underwater.
Okay. What else do you see in the blue?
I see trees in the water.
Okay. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel calm.
Okay.
Makes me wonder why I'm underwater.
Okay. Well, you are safe and protected. Why do you feel safe and protected in this space? This beautiful, peaceful space.
Because nothing can touch me.
Do you hear anything in this space?
I hear the wind, even though it's underwater, it's making the trees. It's like a breeze through the water. I can stand in the water.
You have no worries in a place like that. It's peaceful. There's no worries and no problems. Just peace and quiet. Take a deep breath in and enjoy the air around you. Exhale and relax. Can you see the sky from where you are?
Yes.
As you look up at the sky, will you picture a fluffy cloud coming into view? I'm going to ask you to do something. It may sound strange. I would like for you to float up to that cloud and sit on it. You don't have to worry. It will support you, just like magic. What would it feel like to sit on a cloud?
Fluffy. Soft.
Some people think it feels like a comfortable chair of cotton, but it will hold you like magic. It's very comfortable, isn't it?
Yes.
Lay back on that comfortable cloud. Allow it to absorb all your weight. It's such a beautiful, wonderful feeling. It's like you don't have any weight at all. You can become one with that beautiful cloud. If you lay back on the cloud, allow it to absorb all your weight. If you want to, you can wrap up in the cloud. You can snuggle down in the cloud. That's such a beautiful, comfortable, safe feeling. It's almost as though you don't have a body. As you become one with that beautiful, soft, comfortable, safe cloud. And this cloud is floating through the air, and it's carrying you with it, soft and protected, drifting and floating, floating and drifting. And this cloud drifts over the land, and over the valleys, and over the mountains. It even floats over the ocean if you wanted to. And it's carrying you with it. Soft, protected, comfortable, and safe. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting. Over the land, over the valleys, protected and safe. And this cloud is magic, because not only can it carry you over the land and over the valleys, it can carry you back and back and back in time and space. to another time, another place, where there's information we would like to find to help you in the very best way that we can. The cloud is moving and it's carrying you back and back and back. We're looking for the most appropriate time and place to stop and experience. The most appropriate time and place to stop and examine and look. Now that the cloud is slowing down, it's stopping at the most appropriate time and place. Now that the cloud has stopped at the most appropriate time and place, I want you to drift off that cloud, back down, down, down to the surface. It will not be sudden. It will be a gentle drifting down, back down to the surface. As you're drifting down to the surface, tell me the very first thing you see below.
I see sand and I see a man, maybe.
What is the man doing?
He has his hand out. He's just looking at me.
Do you know this man?
No.
Do you smell anything?
No.
Do you feel anything?
I feel like I do know this man.
Okay.
And that I should take his hand.
Do you take his hand?
Yes.
Can you look at him and describe him to me?
He's white and pale. Has sort of, it's like a small patch of hair on his head, and he has a really long beard. It's white and patchy.
Okay.
And he has a cane in his other hand.
Look in his eyes. Can you look in his eyes and tell me who he is to you?
His eyes are just gold.
Gold, okay. Can you ask him who he is to you?
I asked him, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, what is it that he said?
He said that he was Jesus to me.
Okay. Describe to me the feeling of being around this man who held out his hand to you.
It's intense and it's overpowering.
Overpowering in a good way?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me the feelings that you have?
I have a lot of love
Can you ask him why he came to you?
He said because you need me for guidance. To find where you're meant to go.
Okay. You said that you were on the sand. Can you tell me anything else around you?
It's sand and windy, and there's like pyramids all around.
Okay. As you're standing there with the man with the golden eyes, can you look at yourself? Do you have a body?
Yes.
Okay. Are you male or female?
I'm female.
Okay. What color skin do you have?
Tan.
Are you young or are you old?
Older.
Are you wearing any clothes?
Yes, but it looks weird.
Describe it to me. What is it that you're wearing?
I'm wearing brown clothes. It looks like it was made out of leather. It's very vintage. Looks Indian.
Do you feel healthy?
Yes.
Can you tell me what you look like?
I'm maybe in my 30s. And I have blackish hair. Kinda looks like my mom.
Okay. Are you still with the man on the beach?
Yes, I'm still holding his hand.
Okay. Is there a message that he wants to give to you?
He said yes, to keep going.
Does he live near you?
He said yes. He said he's in my heart.
Can you tell me about what it is? Can he show you anything?
He said yes.
Okay. What can he show you?
He said I have to look into his eyes and trust him.
Are you doing that?
Yes.
Tell me what you see.
It's blinding. I'm looking. I see a world of nothing. It's empty and dark. It looks like nothing but chaos.
Can he show you how to navigate through that?
He said just hold his hand every time I want to go somewhere else.
Can he give you guidance or information?
He said yes.
What kind of information or guidance can he give you?
He said I can lead you to the answers you're looking for.
How will you be able to communicate with him?
I have to continue staring at his eyes and hold his hand. For each place I want to go. I just pinch his hand and ask him the question.
So, in the place that we're at, can you look around and tell me about what you see, either in his eyes?
It looks like a car accident. There's fire. Lots and lots of fire. It's hot. It's really hot.
Okay. You won't be affected by the sensations around you.
And it's just so, it looks like a tunnel. And the person in the car looks really hurt.
What kind of tunnel?
A highway tunnel.
Okay. What information does he want you to have from looking at that?
He says it was me. That I'm the one in the car.
In your current life?
No.
In
He says it's not current. He says what he's saying. He's saying that it has happened.
Did the person make it?
No. They were hit by a drunk driver. And I see the body.
What else do you see around the body? Can you tell me what it looks like?
It's looks like it got burned. It was in a big vehicle. Looks like a semi.
Ask the man with the golden eyes. Ask him why he showed you that life.
To show me what I have been through.
Ask him, why did you have to experience that?
He said it's why I'm afraid of driving. And I had to experience it. to die, to know death.
Why do you continue to carry that fear into this life?
He said it's something that will stay with me until I let it go.
And how are you supposed to let it go?
To stop being so scared.
Does he give you information on how to stop being scared?
He tells me that I'm scared of everything. He's telling me that I'm scared of things I might do wrong. He's telling me it's my mindset. That I have to let it go or history will repeat. And I will go into an accident again. That I stay in the past. He wants to show me something else.
Okay, allow him to show you something else.
It's my mom.
What is he showing you?
She's on the floor. She has pills in her hand. It's whenever she had a seizure in front of me.
Ask him why he's showing you that.
He's telling me it's the first time someone broke my heart. It's the first traumatic event in my life.
How old were you?
I was 5. He's showing me myself.
How does yourself look?
Petrified. I'm crying. I can't stop crying. I'm scared. He's telling me this is when I felt useless. And ever since then, I've continued to feel useless.
Does he want you to stay feeling useless?
He wants me to know that I can't help everyone. That I have to see that I can't help everyone. No matter how badly I want to.
And why is it that you can't help everyone?
Because I was just a kid. I couldn't help my mom. I couldn't help her up. She was seizing. There's foam in her mouth. He's talking to me.
Okay.
I have to let her make her own decisions. Her decisions aren't my fault.
Ask him why you had to live through that, had to experience that.
He said because my mom wasn't like this before.
made your mom like that?
Her life, her dad, her traumatic experiences, they ate her up inside. And my father, got her addicted to drugs, and then she lost it. But it's not my fault.
Why did the mom choose to experience that and allow that to happen?
Because she gave up. She decided to give up. And he said, I can't let that happen to me. I can't give in like she did. She felt so weak. She lost everything. Lost her house, her money, her job, for my dad.
And what about her dad?
She met her dad, and her dad wasn't a good person.
What was she to learn living with her dad?
She only met him and brought Bobby to him to meet him. She was supposed to learn. He's saying that she was supposed to learn what a father was. But he didn't do it. He told her what she wanted to hear. She met him when she turned 19.
Was that her first experience with heartbreak?
No.
What was her first experience with heartbreak?
The boys that she liked. In school, in middle school. Some boys denied her and called her a man because of how masculine she was. Her big shoes, her hands, how tall she was. She got made fun of. And her skin tone. A lot of people thought she was black.
What life lesson was she to learn from that?
That life is cruel.
Why did she have to experience that?
To help her create thicker skin.
Why does she need thicker skin?
For what she will experience next.
May I ask what's coming next?
After middle school, she then goes on to high school. And from high school, she experiences a lot of heartbreak, a lot of anger and resentment, and sneaking out. She was lonely. She didn't have any friends. She wasn't as smart as she thought she was. And her mom worked a lot. She wasn't treated fairly with her sister's grandma on the dad's side. There was loads of favoritism. She was treated like an outcast and beat from the grandma.
Why did the grandma do that?
She just never liked my mom because she wasn't a part of the family. That family. It was only her sister that was. And she didn't like the way my mom looked. And how big she was. How tall. How my mom acted.
What was that grandma's name?
Carmilla.
Was she intentionally mean to her?
Yes.
From what age?
Eight to 10.
Why did she need to experience that? Asked the man with the golden eyes.
All he's saying is she just did.
Okay.
She just had to.
Ask him if that was a life experience for this lifetime or from a past life.
This lifetime. He's saying her past life she was treated. She was treated with the utmost respect.
Did she treat others with the utmost respect?
No.
Is that why she has so much turmoil in this lifetime?
Yes and no. Because my mom, the mom, he's saying my mom is a nice person. Very generous and loving and giving. But last time she was not. She was giving and giving, but gave nothing back.
So is this lifetime, is she supposed to find a balance between that?
Yes. But last lifetime she wanted children. She was bitter that she couldn't have kids. And so she was allowed to have kids this last time. This life. And she shouldn't have been given kids.
And why does she treat them badly then?
Resentment towards her childhood. She just wants the men.
And why is that?
She wants a man to love her because her dad wouldn't. She wants the love. She wants to treat the men like her children. She wants to take care of the man.
Will she work through that this lifetime?
No. She doesn't see her flaws. She doesn't see that she does this. She thinks she needs someone, so she's not alone. She doesn't see her kids. She believes she already failed.
Is there a message from the man with the golden eyes that may help her? Or help Kaori understand?
He's talking. He's saying I can tell you that she doesn't figure out her problems. She's too far in.
And is there anything that you can do to help her?
Love her. Just love her. She feels alone. And even with love, it may not be enough.
Are you supposed to give your time and your resources to her?
No.
What are you supposed to contribute to that relationship?
Just to make sure that she knows I love her. But not to give her too much. Because she takes it for granted. And it would be wasteful.
Does that happen in other relationships in your life? That you're taken for granted?
That I'm taking for granted? Yes.
What information can the man with the golden eyes give to you about that?
He's telling me that I think with my heart, and that my heart is very big, but not everyone is. So I should give as much as I receive from the other person. And if I'm giving and not receiving, then it's a sign.
Is that what the medical complication was with your heart?
Yes. It was anger and heartbreak. So much pain and heartbreak. And feeling unheard. Not listened to. Not having a voice.
Was there anything a medical team could diagnose or cure?
No.
What is the cure for that kind of implication?
The cure is to be calm. To try to manage the heartbreak.
And what's the best way to manage the heartbreak?
To not give so much love. To not care as much. Because the caring will kill me. To know it's not all my fault. To know I can't fix everything or help everyone.
back to the beach where it's just you and the man with the golden eyes. Are you back there?
Yes.
Can you give him as much love and appreciation that he is giving you? Can you allow yourself to expand that much and do that?
Yes.
Be there and do that for a moment. Let him teach you what love feels like and fill your heart space with the love that you deserve and that you desire. Does he have a message for you? In that moment,
Yes.
what's the message?
To start believing in myself. To stop doubting. I doubt too much. He's telling me that I need to see myself in the love. I need to give myself some of the love. That I am not useless, like how I felt. That I am something. I'm worth something.
I'd like for you to imagine a river of white energy. Imagine it comes from the heavens above. It comes down through your head, all the way through your body, the center of your body, filling up all the spaces, and it's running all the way to your toes, allowing you to receive messages from higher power. You are still connected to the present, but allow the higher power to speak through you. May I speak with Kaori's subconscious?
Yes.
I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes care of Kaori's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to Kaori in this lifetime and other lifetimes that she has lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask permission to speak to it and ask questions. I know that the subconscious could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Kaori to see today. Why did you choose the lifetime and the situations that you chose?
I chose them so that she could see the accident and know that she did not kill herself. She's scared that she might kill herself one day through all the pain. And she needs to see that she is stronger than that. She has been through worse. And she can do much more than what she is given. She does not give herself enough credit. She's capable of amazing things.
Does she have spirit guides or angels that help her?
Yes.
Can you share with us the name of them?
Grace and Dala.
And what do Grace and Dala do for her?
They help her heal. They help her heal from other things. There is so much more trauma, so much more pain, and they try to manage it.
How can she help them help manage her pain in her heart and her stresses?
She has to get out of the past. She has to let go and stop focusing on the pain.
And how can she do that?
She has to write it down and then forget. She has to believe that she's more than the pain. The pain does not define her. Her actions do. She can cry it out, but if she starts doing that, it will be endless. There's more pain every day put on her. Knowing about her mom. The only problem is she has to stop.
Is she to help her mom?
No.
Okay.
Her mom is supposed to be helping her. She's helped her mom so much. And there's only so much she can do without killing herself.
Kaori or the mom?
Kaori.
So she's taking on the mom's situations as her own?
Yes.
And that's not what she's here to do, is it?
No.
So what can she do to relieve that?
She has to remember who she is. And what she was put on this place to do.
And what is she put on this place to do?
Be herself and be unique and spread the positivity. She was supposed to love everyone and help people from killing themselves. Help suicidal people. Help anyone and everyone. She has so much love to give, and it's radiating off of her. But with the sadness, it is covered. With the depression, it is covered. The pain, it has been covered.
And how does she uncover that?
She has to stop taking on everyone's situation.
How does she help people how does she help herself so she can help other people?
That's the tricky part. She was never supposed to go through so much pain all at once. The tricky part is the pain and managing it. She actually has to look for help for herself. She has to lean on other people. She has to start writing things. She's terrified of writing things, and that's the only way to help her. She has to write her pain out because she keeps it in, and if she keeps bottling it in instead of putting it somewhere else, it will destroy her.
Thank you for that information.
Of course.
Can I ask you to do a body scan?
Yes.
Can you tell me how you're doing it?
I start from the heart, I go up, and then I go down.
Okay. Will you let me know if you find anything?
Yes.
Where is it that you're scanning right now?
The brain. Making my way down now. There's a lot of pain in the back. The nerves.
Is that something you can heal?
No,
And why is that?
because it is something genetic. It is out of my control. She was born too early and has been with her since she was a kid.
Can we bring healing energy into it
Yes,
to relieve some of the pain?
I can help her feet.
What's wrong with her feet?
She has very bad feet problems.
Okay. Will you bring in energy to heal that too?
Yes, and I can help her knee. It's also where some nerve damage is.
What's
But-
the... Sorry?
The back I cannot help.
Okay.
I can bring in energy, but I cannot heal it completely.
Why does she have that? The nerve damage.
The nerve damage is from the drugs that her mom took when she was a baby. She was born at 6 months and 3 weeks. And I cannot help. I don't know what drugs her mother took and mixed with. All I know is that it's there, and she can help herself.
How can she help herself?
If she keeps having the mindset of the pain, then all she will have is pain. If she starts believing that it's gone, then it can be.
Okay. But for her feet and her knee, you're going to heal that today?
Yes,
Okay. Where are you scanning now?
I'm scanning the knees
Okay.
and going back to the heart. I can bring in some energy to heal some of the back,
Okay.
so it's not as dire, but I cannot heal completely.
Well, I think she'd appreciate that.
Her hands have nerve damage too.
What's the damage from?
Also the nerves. It's all connected.
Okay. Are you...
It seems that the drugs have affected feet, knees, and body of the back.
And this is something she can heal if she wants it to.
Yes,
Can you bring in healing energy for the hands, the knees, and the feet?
yes. The back is just where it's all at.
Okay.
It's all connected to the back. The main problem of her is she just doesn't believe in herself.
And where does that come from?
Her trauma, her mother, her abusive ex-boyfriend, rape, abuse.
And why did she experience rape?
She experienced it to know that just because someone says they love you, it doesn't mean they do. And not all boys respect boundaries.
What did she learn from that?
She learned to be wary and to say no. She said no, but to say no, and if they don't follow it, you have to sometimes fight. And if you don't fight, then you have to live with it.
As you continue to scan the body, may I ask you questions?
Yes.
So, why does her mother keep relationships that hurt her and her family members?
Because her mother is selfish and doesn't care. Her mother only cares about her own happiness when it comes down to it. Her mom is generous, but don't mistake that for kindness. Generous can only go so far until it comes down to a man. She has convinced herself with the delusions that they actually love her and they're not using her, but I think a part of her loves being used. She loves feeling needed, and even when her children need her, it doesn't matter because it's the man that she wants. She wants the validation. She wants that love and the sex.
Is that why the mom is so controlling?
Yes. She loves control. She feeds off of it. She has a lot of evil near her. It's like it watches over her. She has angels too, but the angels cannot help her anymore.
Is that a choice the mom made?
Yes.
And why did she make that choice?
She let a dark spirit into herself a long time ago when she was just a teenager. She played with an Ouija board and let something in that shouldn't have been.
Is there a way, if the mom asks, that it can leave?
Yes, but the mom doesn't want it to leave. Kaori has watched her mom be possessed before. It was terrifying for her, and she started choking on her own vomit, trying to get whatever was there out. But, in a way, the mom's fault because she keeps letting it back in. She keeps wanting it in her. The control, without it, she feels like she's nothing. It's such a controlling evil. It wants nothing more than to hurt her.
Is that why she's continuously picking guys that will maliciously hurt her and affect her?
That's a different spirit.
But that's also attached to the mom?
Yes. They're two different ones. There's the one that she called upon, and then the one that the grandma placed on her.
Can the one that the grandma placed on her be removed?
If she wants.
So
But again, she doesn't want.
So it has to be the mother's idea.
Yes.
Okay.
She's tried to fight it and says she doesn't want it, but it comes right back. Because for the period that she doesn't want it, she craves it. And as soon as she drinks and lets it back in, it's there. As soon as she calls upon it, it's there. She's dreamt the spirit before, she's spoken to the spirit before. And each and every time, she chooses it.
Is some of this karma from the previous lifetime?
Yes and no. The spirit she called upon, yes. The spirit that was placed upon her through her grandma, no.
Okay. And what was the grandma's name?
Her name was Kaori.
And why did Kaori take some of Cheryl's blood?
So she could have it in the afterlife, but it was Kaori and Warlock, and Warlock is her father.
That was his name?
Yes.
And what do you mean by they had it in the afterlife?
She needed it so whenever she died, she could have it. She put it into her blood, and she needed it So whenever she died, she wouldn't go to the evil place that you could call hell. She sold her soul to the devil, and she didn't want to go down there.
So by doing that, what did that do for her?
She wanted the blood of an innocent. She was supposed to take the blood of the innocent. It was supposed to save her.
Did it?
Didn't.
No? Okay.
So now she tries to, her next pawn was to feed off of Cheryl's children, the next to conceive, the next of kin.
And did she succeed in that?
Almost. She almost got Bobby, but then Bobby became non-innocent. Kaori was the most innocent, and even though Kaori doesn't remember it, she did speak to Kaori once.
And what did they say?
It was weird. Kaori used to resign in the old house in the closet, and she used to give Kaori ideas of killing herself and taking her own life, because she needs an innocent one. She used to feed off of Kaori. That is why Grace and the other angel was Dahlin was placed.
Over Kaori, or?
Yes.
Okay.
She needed extra protection because Kaori remained innocent longer than Bobby.
So Kadi is a spirit?
Now she is, yes.
Okay. And what does the blood do for the afterlife?
It didn't do nothing. She was lied to.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to save her, but she didn't just need the blood. She needed the baby. She wanted someone innocent. The blood just was a protection, kind of.
How did she make the baby fly?
She put a spell on it that made it just swarm up to scare the mom. She wanted to scare Militia.
Why did she want to scare her?
So then she could have the baby. Because if Militia didn't know what to do, then she would be given Cheryl.
What was her plans once she got Cheryl?
To kill her.
And what would happen, had that had happened, what would have happened?
She would have been given another afterlife through Lucifer.
Interesting. So Lucifer is bad?
Half and half.
What does that mean?
Lucifer can be perceived as bad depending on how you look at it. But he is also good. But sometimes the people that he hires can turn bad.
I thought all souls had an infinitive of lives.
But this one was banned.
Banned. So souls can get banned? What happens when the soul gets banned?
They're just stuck there in the pit of darkness. It either means that they have had too many lives, or that they have messed up too many times and been told to stop. And this one was told to stop.
So they don't get to incarnate again?
No.
So they're left on that plane as spirit?
Yes.
Is that where we get ghosts and contact from ghosts from?
Yes. She is left now to just torment, or stay tormented. She tries to contact the innocents and lead them into temptation. Technically, Lucifer didn't hire her either. He was just trying to recruit her as a good witch, but she turned bad, and then thought bringing Lucifer a baby would help. But Lucifer doesn't even believe in that. She just got twisted. She didn't know what she was doing anymore.
Was she then, I guess, possessed?
You could say that, yes. Warlock, her father, was even worse. He was more twisted than they come, the amount of people he killed. Forced sacrifices. You wouldn't even believe it. His family tree reigns on of just darkness, and she got caught up in it. She was birthed from a different family before, and somehow it still finds her every time she was incarnated. So she was put into a cell, along with the father. And now they just torment people. With spirits.
Is there any way that what can we do on the earthly plane?
To protect yourself from spirits?
Yes.
Your angels will help you, unless you don't believe in your angels. If you don't believe in your angels, then they cannot help you.
So is that what Kaori is to do? Believe in her angels?
Oh, she does believe in her angels. That's not the problem. I just wish she believed in herself. That's the problem.
How's the body scan going?
It was completed. The only things I found were the knees, back. The elbow has a popping thing, but no nerve damage in there. And then the tooth, the cavity. It looks like she has 3.
Can you bring healing to that?
Yes.
What is it that you can do for the teeth?
It also looks like the crown, the tooth that she had removed in the left upper corner. That is not looking good. It might be infected.
What kind of healing can you bring to that?
I can stop the infection for a little bit, but she should still get that seen.
Is there something she can do in the meantime to help as a preventative measure?
Start taking care of herself.
Now about what the doctors declared as POTS. So with the blood pressure, and they gave her medication. Was the medication good for her?
No.
Why did she have a reaction?
Probably has to do with genetics is what I was thinking. Once that started happening, I was terrified for her. I didn't even know what was going on for a second, because she just started twitching left and right, and then dropped to the floor.
So it was good that she stopped that medication?
Yes.
Okay. And what was she passing out? Why was she passing out?
She still has it every now and then. It's just when there's too much on her heart. It's just from all the heartbreak. She's put an immense amount of pressure on her heart.
And how can she help prevent that?
She just has to stay calm in situations and start actually eating food, because she still has problems maintaining a 3-meal-a-day diet, or sometimes it's just 1 meal, and that's unhealthy for her. It puts more strain on her heart when she doesn't eat, and water is a big problem with her too. She's dehydrated most of the time.
And the anemia?
The anemia is because of her mother. Her mother was a bad anemic, so that is genetic. The anemia, she just needs to start drinking more orange juice. I see that she has switched her birth control, so that probably has another problem. The birth control probably isn't good for her too, is what I'm detecting.
Is that interfering with anything?
It interfered with her puberty. She was put on it right after she got put on puberty, or was going through puberty. She's been on birth control since 13 years old.
And is that healthy for her body?
No, the Depo was not. She used to get a shot every 3 months, and it was killing her. It was making her nerve damage all the worse. So much worse. It is a poison to fibromyalgia if she ever got put on the shot. And she was on it for 5 years. Only 3 years. And now she is on a different birth control.
So what should she use as birth control?
There isn't really a good form of birth control. I don't think she can have kids, though. It doesn't look like she can.
So should she stop taking it?
She can, if she wanted to. She probably won't listen though.
Even though it's causing her body more damage and more harm?
This one isn't as much. It still can. It affects her sadness, but it has nothing to do with nerve damage anymore. So it won't affect her nerves anymore. Sadly, because the depo's already entered her body, there's no telling how much damage that can do. She was on it for so long, and it has decreased her bone density, so she can get cuts and scrapes and break bones a lot easier.
Is that contributing to why she can't have children?
No.
Okay.
She can't have children just because of how many weeks she was born at. It caused something. If she would have got put in the incubator whenever she was born, she would have been fine. But she was not.
What about her asthma?
Her asthma has something to do with the cold. It's just a cold thing. It's also because of being born so little, so early.
And the psoriasis?
The psoriasis is just her. She just gets stressed and starts picking at her head. She has so many things that she does whenever she gets stressed.
How can she relieve some of that?
Writing.
Writing, okay.
It is a big part of her. She wants to do so much with her writing, and she's meant for great things with writing. Her poetry is supposed to help people to know they're not alone. That is exactly what we've been trying to tell her. The angels, she knows they're there. They help her all the time inside her head, telling her what to do. But sadly, she just loses motivation.
And why does she lose motivation?
She doesn't believe in herself. She doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't believe in herself, but she wants to help other people.
And where does that come from?
Her heart. It comes from what she was meant to do. It comes from giving the love to other people that she wanted. Kaori was groomed as a child by many men. Sadly, it had to happen. So she knows the signs. She knows what to look out for. She wasn't given parental controls on her device, and she missed a lot of school. Over half her life of school. She missed through kindergarten through 12th grade because of the fact of being so sickly. She was in and out of the hospital so many times, and through those times it started in 6th grade for her. She was about 11. She met her first person over the internet to be friends with, but as always, it was just a man wanting to take advantage of her. So she has been groomed by over 10 men in her lifetime. And it is a toughie subject. She's pushed that down. She's managed to forget that. But whenever it hits her hard.
And what was the reason for having 10 men groom her?
To teach her that not everyone is your friend. Not everyone wants you for that. But eventually it got to a point where she wanted the validation because her family was focused on everything else and she just wanted friends. She had no friends. Not in school. Or anywhere else.
Is school important?
No, she doesn't need it.
Okay.
She needs to know maybe a little bit more math, but she doesn't need it to do what she needs. She can do it to get a better education. I know she wanted to become a language pathologist, but she doesn't necessarily need that to do what she was put on the earth to do.
So may I ask more questions?
Yes, I can answer 4 more.
So what was the purpose for her brother Russell's life?
Russell was put on this earth to make it's kind of difficult to say what Russell was put on. He was first put on this earth to do major things, life-changing things, great stuff. But because he chose a different path and not going to college, his path has changed. What he has chosen to do is spend a different life, and he was put on this earth to be mechanically inclined and help people with their cars and people who are poor and in debt. But because of where he's at now, he cannot do so.
What about her brother Bobby? What is his purpose?
His purpose is to just be himself and help people. He is on the right path as of right now. But if he doesn't keep his anger in check, he will lose it. I see a very dark road in his path with his anger and temperament. Sadly.
And what's the purpose of life for Elise?
Elise's life is meant to be lived, and her life is just to grow up and be straightforward with people, to understand people. She's supposed to become a therapist as of right now. To hear people, to see people, and through the traumatic experiences she will experience soon, she will be the best for therapy.
What about the grandma, Militia? Why does she choose to go by that name?
She chooses to go by that name because she doesn't like the way her father used to pronounce it every time he came home being drunk.
And how did he pronounce it?
Militia.
And why didn't she like that?
Because he was drunk and used to beat her mother. Though she pushes it down and doesn't accept it, she has so much trauma. So many memories of her siblings. Trembling at fear. She is not the youngest, she is their youngest. So she was young, but not as young as everyone else. And though that she has time to deal with it, and she did not live with her mom the whole time, she went and lived with her grandma for a good period of her life. But going back into the traumatic events is not always fun. And she has so much trauma buried in there.
Did she fulfill her life's purpose?
Yes.
And what was that?
It was to help the kids. She was sent here after we gave children to Cheryl. And her life purpose was different at first, but then it changed after we gave children to Cheryl. Because we saw her path change, and she ended up going down the darkest route possible for her.
Was she supposed to do that?
No.
But that's what she chose to do.
Yes.
And what about Dada? What's his life purpose?
Unfortunately, it is too late for his life purpose. He has done what he has to do to support his family, but his life purpose was different than that. He was supposed to be a billionaire by now at a tech company because he is so good with mathematics, and even an accountant would have been fine. Financially, anything to do with math or numbers, he would have been amazing at. In the military, Marines, he was a Marine too, and he was doing electronics and radios and fixing things within the military. If he would have pursued that path still, he would have been on the right track. But sadly, he went down a different route. But he has fulfilled his destiny of support, and he has supported everyone through his whole life.
Are the boys supposed to be living there with him so he can take care of them? Bobby and Russell?
No. He's supposed to just be taking care of Militia and himself. But his sister adding on to more of the problem does not help.
What did his sister add on?
She died and left him everything to deal with. And now he's paying for 2 houses, not 1.
Is he supposed to be paying for 2 houses?
No. She was supposed to have left it to where he has extra money, not need more.
Can he get a message from his sister to him? Can she step forward and give a message?
I'm seeing. All she can say is, I'm sorry.
Okay.
She cannot help anymore. Between the last times of her cancer, she went delirious. And unfortunately, someone else took advantage of her when she was sick and lost most of her money anyway. She does not have any more.
Okay. I would like to ask questions about David now. Can I do that?
I can answer one more and then I must go.
Well, if you can only answer one more, do you have a message for Kaori?
You can ask your question first and then I can answer that.
For her husband, why did she pick her current husband?
Because he listened to her when no one else would. And he helped her one time when she got groomed by someone else. He was there for her whenever she got groomed by a guy named Bio, his real name being Alex, a 25-year-old at the age of 15. And he took advantage of her crying one time.
Are they meant to be together?
Yes.
Is this part of their soul contract?
Yes. They do have differences and they need to figure them out. They were supposed to actually meet later in life, but somehow they met sooner. They were in 2 different states at the time. And he changed for her. He became the person and on the right path that he's supposed to take because he met her. He matured into the man that he's supposed to be today. If it wasn't for her, then he would have been on the wrong path.
So do you have a message for Kaori and her soul purpose?
To continue being her, being unique, always wanting to make people laugh. Not to overthink everything. She shouldn't be thinking about what everyone thinks of her just because her mother thought the worst at one point. Her mother was drunk and an alcoholic and shouldn't be able to be allowed to speak upon other people and look into their lives. Her life is just as messed up as everyone else's, the mom's. And to validate Kaori's life when it's just beginning was not fair. And not everything is Kaori's fault. I can tell you how many times she has just thought to herself how everything is her fault. She has to let go. That is the big message, the big picture. And she really needs to drink water. She is very dehydrated.
Who is the man with the golden eyes?
Dada.
What was his purpose in that lifetime that you showed her?
To help. He was supposed to help Jesus. He knew Jesus at one point.
How did he help Jesus?
He helped him by bringing the bread to the poor He was at Jesus' side at one point. That is why Dada has such a kind heart. And you can feel it as soon as you walk into the room.
Will Dada reincarnate into another life after this one?
Yes, always. He is one of the hardworking people that we have put into place. And he will meet Militia again, if you were wondering.
What about the 5D dimension? Has the Earth shifted into 5D?
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
Has the Earth shifted into 5D?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Do you know when that will take place?
$25 years?
Okay. Can I ask more questions, or are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, I give thanks to the SC for being with us today, and I'm asking the subconscious to recede to where it belongs, with much love and much thanks for the help and information it has given. Kaori today, I know Kaori will appreciate it, and I want all the entities from their past lives to recede back into the past where they belong, with much love and thanks for the information they have given us. And remember, things in the past belong in the past, and we will leave them in the past. We only brought them forward as a curiosity to learn from, to have information to help in this present lifetime. In that way, they are very valuable and have importance. But as Kaori listens to the recording and reviews the material and puts the information into place, it will not bother her in any way, mentally or physically.